Hey, what's up, Arnimane? My name is Arnimane, and welcome to another episode of Would You Rather. This is a series where I answer Would You Rather questions you guys left for me in the comment section. If you have any Would You Rather questions you'd like me to answer, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below of this video. And if you missed any of the previous episode, feel free to click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to the entire playlist. If you do enjoy this episode, make sure you hit that like button, show your support for the video, show your support for the channel, and of course, it lets me know that you guys want Would You Rather to keep going. Now, with all that shenanigans out of the way, let's jump right into this week's questions. Starting us off this week, we have a question from Michelle G, who asks, would you rather own your own home or own your own flat? So people in North America here, if you don't know what a flat is, it's pretty much an apartment. My assumption is that it's like a more well-kept apartment, one of those more expensive sides of the apartments, if you know what I mean. But I was never really a fan of apartments. I don't like it when people are living that close to me, like literally, it's paper thin walls and stuff like that. I know there are apartments out there where it goes by, you have the entire level of the floor as your apartment and stuff like that, which I think would be really cool. I think I would be kind of okay living like that, but I think I would be better off living in a home, that way it's a lot more spacious and, I don't know, I guess I kind of like having 2 floors and a basement or something like that. To me, I don't know, maybe it's just because that's how I grew up. I grew up in a home. I didn't grow up in an apartment building. So I think that is probably why I don't really like apartments. I mean, I've been over to a couple friends' houses that, or apartments rather, and to me it just really seems either it was run down or it just seems like a lot of hassle. Your neighbors are assholes. I mean, at least with a home, yeah, I do have neighbors, but at least there's a fence dividing us. There's something there that's going to separate us. We have our own lawn and backyard, and that's another issue that I have there is that, with an apartment, the only thing I really get is a balcony, if that. All I get is a balcony, really small balcony, and it's not something I would like. I mean, I would like to have the front garden looking great, with the flowers and bushes and stuff like that, and then of course my backyard, have the nice patio going down, and stuff like that, being able to have a barbecue outside with my friends and family. And I think that is probably what I would go with. So I think I would much rather own my own home. I'm not looking at it financially either, because I know like probably a flat would be a lot cheaper than owning a home, and you got property taxes and stuff like that you gotta pay up. It's probably, like I said, it's most likely more expensive than owning your own flat. But regardless, I think I would much rather go with owning my own home, because that's what I'm used to. That's what I grew up with. And of course, I get those special things like having a garage or having the front yard or the backyard and stuff like that. So thank you for your question, Michelle G. Let's move on to our next one. Our next question comes in from Quino, who asks, would you rather give up your Would You Rather series or give up your Pokemon series? I actually had to sit there and think about this, and because like if I stop doing Pokemon, I can go back to just being a general gaming channel, playing Call of Duty, Destiny, stuff like that. Because there are a lot of games out there that interest me, but there's not a lot out there that interest me enough to want to record it, if that makes any sense. So it kind of, I guess in a way, kind of limits to what I could do with Would You Rather. But like Would You Rather, it's been going on for, like I said, 88 episodes, I think now. And eventually series lose interest, people get bored of it and they move on to something else, and eventually Would You Rather will get there, not only with how I feel about it, but with how the viewers feel about it. So eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I'm just gonna be getting nothing but repeat questions. But when it comes to the Pokemon series, there's many different kinds of games you can play. There's many different kinds of variants of the games you can play. You can add in challenges and stuff like that. The Nuzlocke challenge, Egglock challenge, Wonder Trade challenge, or Wonderlock challenge, whatever you want to call it, Wedlock challenge, and so on and so forth. Randomizer Nuzlocks. You can do all different kinds of variants like that. Oh, solo run, monotype runs and stuff like that, which I think are really, really fun and something I enjoy. Not to mention there are a plethora of Pokemon games to play, and so you have a lot of content you can keep going, and people will always be interested in seeing it. Even if you replay a game, like you did a Pokemon Platinum solo run, well then, maybe a couple months later I'll do a Pokemon Platinum randomizer Nuzlocke, or I'll do an Egglock on Pokemon Platinum, you know what I mean? So now, like I said, there's a plethora of Pokemon games out there. Not to mention there's the side games as well, Mystery Dungeon, Battle Traze, stuff like that. That will still be there to help revitalize the channel and keep things interesting and stuff like that. So it's not like, with Would You Rather, where it's the same thing every week. With Pokemon series, I have the ability to kind of change up and keep the things interesting on the channel. So I think that's what I would go with, is the Pokemon series. Not to mention that, there's new games every year. At least that's the way it seems it's going to be. I mean, we're getting Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which I do plan on playing through on this channel, and I hope you guys do enjoy that. It should be a plain old run. But anyways, and then we have, rumors of the next, not the remake, but the third in the X and Y series. So, there's lots of things coming, and like I said, with more games coming, means more Nuzlockes, more challenges, more variants, and so on and so forth. So I think with all that being said, Would You Rather, don't get me wrong, Would You Rather is a fantastic series. I enjoy doing it every week. But I think the Pokemon series, like I said, in the long run, I would probably much rather do the do the Pokemon series, because it has more longevity than Would You Rather. Like I said, Would You Rather will eventually get to the point where it's going to become stale, boring. It's a repetitious series. It's the same thing over and over again, just different questions and so on and so forth. So eventually, like I said, it's going to die out eventually. I'm not saying it's dying out now. I'm just saying eventually it's going to hit the curb and it's going to go crashing. And so I just see Pokemon series being, longer lasting than the Would You Rather series. So anyways, there you go. That's my answer. The Pokemon series, I think I would much rather do the Pokemon series, so I'm going to be giving up Would You Rather series in this question. But thank you for your question, Quinn. I always enjoy your questions. You always have good mind and thought-provoking questions. Same with Michelle G. Always great questions. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Our last question comes in from one of them Gamers HD, a new face around here, which is awesome. He asks, would you rather lick a homeless man's foot with honey or spend the night with a lion in a cage? Say lick a homeless man's foot with honey. So if I just douse, just completely drench the foot in honey to the point where I'm pretty much just licking honey off the man's foot, or the homeless man's foot, is that a loophole? Can I use that? But granted, it's going to be really disgusting, especially if he doesn't have shoes. He might have spat dog shit. He might have, even if he had holes in his shoes, he's going to have a lot of dirt on his fucking feet, or dog shit, cat shit, whatever, feces of some sort. You never know. If he goes to a public washroom or something, he's going to be walking on the floor in his bare feet. That is if he doesn't have shoes, obviously. But even still with shoes, it's still going to end up being very, very disgusting. But the honey, it kind of sweetens the deal, adds a little sweetened taste to it. I mean, I have eaten disgusting things. I never licked a homeless man's foot, or anyone's foot for that matter. But licking honey off of it kind of makes it a bit better. But spending a night in a cage with a lion, I mean, it depends. Was lion fed before I got into the cage, or not? You know what I mean? And is it a wild lion that just captured and now they're throwing me in there with him? Because that's not going to end well either. If this is a tamed circus lion or something like that, it may, it's something I would consider. But I think I would be better off not risking my life to begin with. Then again, I am kind of risking my life with diseases off that man's foot. Oh my lord, so many things. I think it's more likely I would die from the lion eating me than licking a homeless man's foot with honey on it. So I think I'll probably go with that. Lick the homeless man's foot with honey over spending the night in a cage with a lion. As much as I love lions, I fucking love lions. Lions up there with one of my, the top, I won't say top, he's in the top 10 of my favorite animals out there. And seeing, Leo in Pokemon, was like, wow, that's cool. When X and Y came out, I got ecstatic. But anyways, I'm going off again about Pokemon. So like I said, as much as I love lions, even if it was a tamed lion or whatever, or it was fed before I got in there, I think I'd much rather take the safer route and lick the homeless man's foot with honey. It's gonna be awesome. Maybe I can bring some crackers and I'll take some honey off his foot and eat it off the cracker or something. I'll make a meal out of it. How about that? We'll make a meal out of it. I'll put his foot in my sandwich. Here we go. So anyway, thank you guys for your questions this week. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, make sure you hit the like button for me. Show your support for the channel and the video. Of course, let me know that you want Would You Rather to continue going on. And if you have any would you rather questions, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that I do answer them next week. And of course, if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more would you rathers, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay dirty. Yeah.